welcome back to my channel. This is Alex from Alex's Innovations, and today I'm going to be reviewing more Etsy shops. Just a disclaimer, this does not mean I'm going to be buying from your Etsy shop. I did that once and it cost a lot of money, especially for something that I could make myself. I think it was a fun experience. In my last reviewing Etsy shops video, I looked at their shops on Etsy and I gave them tips on how to improve it, like what types of pictures to take or maybe how they could modify the titles of their listings. And so I'm going to be doing that today. So just to reiterate, I am not spending any money. I'm just looking at your Etsy shop on Etsy and maybe giving you some tips on how to make it better. If you want to learn how to open up an Etsy shop and how to make it, I have a video called the Etsy Crash Course and you can check that out. I basically go through the basics of running an Etsy shop and all that's involved. So if you watch that video, then come on over here, and even if your shop isn't one of the ones that I've chosen, you can still gain valuable feedback by comparing your shop to the ones that I'm reviewing. Like say if they use lowercase letters in your titles and so do you can be like, well, maybe that's something I can relate to. So again, even if your shop isn't being reviewed here right now, I still think it would be a good idea for you to watch it, especially if you need feedback and just to support your fellow small businesses. So anyway, let's go! Our first shop is Bracelet Bell shop. I love Bracelet Bell so much. I've been following her on Instagram for forever. She's so sweet, so kind. I think she's going to college, or she's almost in college. We're pretty much the same age, and her pictures are so aesthetic and her bracelets are just so neat, and I'm honestly so jealous of her. But her shop is absolute gold. She has a really nice clean header with minimalistic bracelet designs with Bracelet Bell and very nice calligraphy. She has her Bracelet Bell logo. It's really nice. Although when I first looked at it, I thought the strings were cut off a little bit, it was a shorter rectangle than a square, so I'm not really sure. But then I looked at it more and I saw that they were actually that's where the string ended. But in her profile picture over here, it does look like it's cut off, but that's a really little thing. The announcement is nice because she's offering 2 different discounts, so that's really great. And just scrolling through, I love all of her pictures have really nice lighting. She has formal titles. This boba keychain is so cute. Oh my god. Polymer clay earrings. All of these are just so adorable. I'm so jealous of her. Honestly, the Evil Eye crochet earrings, I love these all. And all of her reviews, it's not something she has control over, but all of her reviews are so kind. So whatever she's doing to get those reviews in, good for her. So I love her shop so much. You're doing a great job. I honestly wish I could make my shop more like yours. Next shop we're going to be reviewing is Happy Gay Bracelets. Happy Gay Bracelets, first of all, I love your header. It shows different types of string in a somewhat rainbow, and you have that pastel rainbow with Happy Gay Bracelets. I don't know if you'd want to consider either making that all lowercase, starting the happy with a lowercase h, or maybe happy and then uppercase G, gay, and then an uppercase B, bracelets, so be Happy Gay Bracelets. I don't know what your goal is, but I think one or the other should be like that instead of just one uppercase. But anyway, I like this. Maybe the bio, queer-owned handmade shop. Maybe if you were to clarify what you sell, since it looks like you mostly sell friendship bracelets and things like that. But anyway, the announcement says, hi, if you want to buy a custom bracelet, you're in the right shop. If you want a custom bracelet, feel free to text me. This is nice. It shows that you're open for custom bracelets and custom orders, but I would change the wording for that last sentence. If you want a custom bracelet, feel free to text me, because texting isn't really something that we do over Etsy. It's more message me through Etsy messaging or something like that, and just check your capitals. I'm not really sure if the all lowercase aesthetic is something you want, but in which case I would either settle on an aesthetic or a style. But your titles seem to look good because you have really precise wording. Macrame bookmark, pastel moon, polka dot chevron, WLW keychains. I know right away looking at the first couple of words, I know exactly what you're selling. Your photos look good. I like the consistency. The custom keychain and custom alpha friendship bracelet, the wording is kind of hard to read just from looking at it from the small view. If you were to click on it and blow it up, I'm sure it would look bigger and nicer. See, I can read this a little better, but you have to assume that when someone's scrolling through the search results or through your shop, you have to assume that they're gonna be looking at it from an image this small. So I'd suggest maybe blurring the background image a little bit more and maybe choosing a blockier font, maybe the one that you have in your header, because this is very easy to read, and especially with the colors that are very different. This is a pastel pink, and then it's a very light cream color that's very similar to the pastel pinks. I love the content. The shadow here for Gryffindor can be a little, I'm not suggesting you retake all of your photos, but I'm just saying for individual photos, maybe try not to get the shadows in, so don't take it in direct sunlight, but take it outside but in cloudy weather, because that might help you with that. I think making those changes, already you're off to a really great start. I really like your shop and it looks really nice. Next shop is B Studio. I don't know if I'm saying that right, BB Studio. Alright, and the announcement was last updated on December 13th to say something about Christmas, and it's currently past Christmas. To be fair, it's not a lot past Christmas. It's December 29th when I'm filming this, so I'll maybe give them some time, but I don't know if that's something you want to update or if you want to keep it there. But this sea glass necklace is gorgeous. Wow. Maybe I'd suggest making the lighting a little bit better on that. It is a nice photo though, but just scrolling through and seeing that small image, it can be kind of hard to distinguish the sea glass from the background. The planet keychain and the flower chain bracelet, those are very nice photos, but it's kind of hard to see the planet more so than the flower chain. It's kind of hard to see because the image is so blurred in the back and the front, it's kind of hard to see, and the knots are raised. Like, that's due to the lighting. It's not due to your quality, but it's due to the lighting, so it can be really hard to kind of see what it actually is. Like, I had to look really hard to see, like, what is that? And also, Planet Handmade Keyring isn't really that descriptive of a title. It does say only one left, which implies you've sold some already, so good job. But maybe clarifying some of that, like maybe knotted, pastel, cotton, things like that. Yeah, your shop otherwise looks really good. I really like the lighting and the detail on this. You can clearly see it's a pastel, and this is a gorgeous bracelet set, and you have great reviews, so that's good as well. Alright, this next one is Wildflower. I assume you say Wildflower Bracelets. Just when I was typing this in to find it, I kept having to look at, like, you answered in a question box, like, you spelled it right, but I'm just saying I don't know how recognizable you want your shop to be, but if you're, I'm thinking, like, how easy is it for someone to remember it? Like, if I tell someone my shop name is Alex Innovation, so it's Alex, no space, the word innovations, and they can pretty easily type that in as long as you remember Alex and innovations. But for this shop, it says, like, Wild FLXWRR. It's like flower, but it has an X where the O is, and instead of the E, it's an R, so it's not really something that you can say and you can easily remember. So I don't know if you can change your shop name, but maybe thinking about changing your branding a little bit. I don't know if that's possible, but that was my reaction just looking at your name. Maybe make it similar to your TikTok, because I see your TikTok is Evelyn Knots, and by the way, hello from TikTok. I've seen a couple of your videos, they're really cute. The bracelets are really nice, but I'd suggest also not having shadows and trying to take these in a more natural lighting, because this one's kind of dark and the shadows are sort of hiding the bracelet. Maybe centering your photos a little bit, like for this rainbow ragbro keychain one, and I think that that would really show off the quality of your knotting and make it more likely that someone would buy it. Alright, next is Bracelets Co. And I love this header. It shows all of their bracelets all lined up like this, and it looks really nice. And we have this nice announcement, welcome to my shop, hope you like it. And it shows all of your socials. I see the email you've written it like at instead of like with the at symbol, and I don't know if it's necessary because I've seen other shops put their emails in them. I think I have my email in my Etsy shop, and like it hasn't been a problem, so I don't know, maybe check if that's really necessary because it kind of threw me off a little bit, but it's not like a big deal. And you have consistently showing your bracelets on a green background, except for this one up here, but that's okay. It looks like you've taken your bracelets in natural lighting and you can really clearly see the details. So maybe the only thing I'd suggest is maybe zooming in a little bit, so like for this one you can't really see the bracelet because it takes up a very, very small portion of like the picture, so I don't know, maybe trying to zoom in a little bit on that bracelet to try and get more detail into that. Other than that, your shop is really cute. Next is Nene Knots. I love this shop already. I love this butterfly keychains. These look really cute. I think I've seen this picture on Instagram actually, but I love the pastels and I love how they're all lined up and they each have their corresponding pastel bobbins. I love the rainbow plaid bracelet also. I like how you've set up the different bobbins with the different strings, but I really, really like these. For the boba keychain and the daisy keychain, this might just be a personal opinion, but I think everything here, like the bobbins, the flower, the pencils, the background, are a little tiny bit distracting in terms of seeing the detail. And like for the daisy keychain as well, like all these things, it's kind of taking away. So maybe if you were to zoom in a little bit more on the daisy and have a little less of the background in the foreground, I think that would look nicer. But yeah, I love the lighting. The lighting is super great. And I love the consistency as well, so great job. Next is Affected Bracelets, and I love the header again because all of your bracelets are lined up. One thing I'd suggest is maybe taking the picture for your header in a little bit of a lighter environment so you don't have the shadows, or maybe direct light right on top instead of in sunlight, because it's really hard to get the sunlight directly facing the bracelets, so maybe doing that might help you. And then I'd also suggest the same thing for your photos, because here it looks like there's light but it's creating a shadow, and so you can't really see part of the bracelet because it's sort of darker than the wrist, so it's also hard to see like when you're scrolling through Etsy because it's like a small preview photo. Yeah, I'd also just say for your own good and also for the good of other small businesses, maybe consider raising your prices a little bit, because charging like $6, I think I went over this in my last Etsy video, but I saw someone selling a bumblebee for like $10 or $12. This one you're selling for $6, and like, oh, it's a keychain, I guess, but still, like, $6 for something you spent so long on, like, you're barely returning a profit, if anything. Plus you're having free shipping, so that means you're either paying for shipping out of pocket, track shipping, which would be like $3.50, or you're providing no shipping at all. And I go into this in why track shipping is so much better than untracked shipping, especially in the time of COVID and so much mail getting lost, in my Etsy crash course video. Also, the fact that your prices are so low are also hurting other small businesses, because we want to charge ourselves what we think we deserve, and crafting is such a cost inefficient business, because if I were to charge what I think I deserve for a bracelet, I might charge like $60, and no one's gonna buy a bracelet for $60, but if I spend 6 hours in the bracelet and I charge myself $10 per hour, which is like about minimum wage, that doesn't even take into my skill, because I have skill. Not just anybody can just make a bracelet, and the materials I'm using, plus profit. Charging $6 for a bracelet that took you maybe 2 or 3 hours, and then charging free shipping, I'm going to assume that you have tracked shipping, which means that subtracting $3.50, that means you're making $3 for this bracelet. And do you really think you deserve $3? I mean, for your good and also for the good of other small businesses, I think it's better to just in general raise your prices. Next shop is Queen B Bracelets, GB. I love this header. This seems to be a common theme, and I'm not criticizing because this is my header. I have a header just like this. It has all my bracelets lined up, and I love it. It shows all of the different bracelets. I'd suggest maybe squishing the bracelets together just a little bit, because you can see the pink background, and it sort of blends in with like the pink in this bracelet and the pink in this bracelet. I don't know, that's just a really little thing. And then your background is a little bit distracting because it has sort of different patches of color, like it's black and white instead of just black or just white. And I'm saying black and white because the black is coming from the shadows, but it can take away from the details of the bracelets. Like in this one you can't really see it, especially because it's zoomed out so far. So I'd suggest maybe taking it on a cloudy day when there aren't as many shadows, or taking it on a different background, because that will give more attention to the bracelets instead of to the background. And the next shop, and I think it's going to be the final shop for today, is Handmade by Hannah Goods. And your shop has a bunch of different things. Oh my god, I think I made this one, this exact pattern, but that's really cool. But you did a good job on that one, and I recognize this one, and I recognize this one, and I recognize this one. Oh, this is my pattern. But anyway, and I recognize this one. Anyway, your shop is good. Maybe try to take pictures in a consistent environment. Like some of these are black, some of these are white, and my eyes kind of drawn to like the different backgrounds instead of the different bracelets, because you want the bracelets to like kind of stick out instead of the background. Your keywords seem really good. You have like ombre green X shape, so that's pretty clear. Thin Aztec bracelet, crisscross diamond, recycled scrap thread. So all of those things, I think your shop is doing very well. Alright, so I'm going to end it there for today. Thank you to everyone who submitted their name to have their shops reviewed. I had this question box a while ago, so if your shop wasn't reviewed, hopefully I will get to it in a future video. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope these tips were helpful, and again, check out the videos in the description if you want to see more Etsy tips and tricks. Check out my Instagram for more bracelet tips, and also check out my Etsy if you want to support my small business as well as these small businesses. But I sell bracelets, earrings, little crochet stuffed things, and so much more. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye! I'm just kidding, we're not done yet. I just wanted to slightly apologize. My speech was kind of broken and kind of stuttery in this video, and I just wanted to give an explanation for why, because usually I'm not like this. I had just finished filming 3 videos in a row, and I was kind of stressed because I was planning for moving to college and my schedule of if I'm going to be able to edit all of this before I leave. And yes, I can, because I'm leaving in 2 days, but I just wanted to give an explanation for why I was all jittery and stuff, because I'm usually not like that. So anyway, thanks for watching.